Hey, Cancer. Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your March 2025 love and family reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, I'm hearing this song, I've been living on the edge of a broken heart. And you have the Fool in reverse. Some of you feel like you got played. For others of you, you're ready to embark upon a new path, but at the same time, you're wondering, what does that look like? You haven't quite gained your footing in a sense. There may be a bit of nostalgia for some of you. I feel like there are new memories coming in here. Now, heartbreak could be between you and a lover, between you and a family member. Remember, these are love and family readings. So I feel like someone has deeply hurt you in some way. You felt very lost around this situation. Some of you may have even been widowed, or there's been a bereavement here or a death, but I feel like you are moving on and you're showing up, Cancer, in your own energy with the chariot in the near future. So I feel like you're ready to make new memories. You are ready to move forward. And I feel for some of you, if you are single, there is going to be a new energy coming in because I see someone interested in you and you may be saying goodbye to the past in some way. I also feel for some of you, there may be two options, a past energy and a new energy. And for those of you that have been with someone for quite some time, I feel like there's been some external energies outside of this relationship, such as finances or work, career, family dynamics, like a parent or children that have affected the relationship in some way. And you may be contemplating here what to do next. So bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. There's more water energy here. So I feel like you are opening up your heart, Cancer. A lot of you are focusing on self-love with this Queen of Cups. You are someone who fosters genuine connections. Cancer, you are a lover. You want to see the good in people, but at the same time, if people betray you, I feel like you can hold a bit of a grudge, or you just don't want to deal with that energy ever again, because you do have the Mask showing up at the bottom of this deck here, which can be about deception, maybe lies. Someone may have been hiding their true feelings. This can be about pretending or delusions, gaslighting, maybe even personifying a situation, turning it into something other than it is. And I feel like that was in the deep past here that you may have had to heal from or work through. Now, your key themes here, you do have the picture card with the heartbreak. So again, there's that song, I've been living on the edge of a broken heart. So for some of you, you may have even felt like you were breaking your own heart in a sense by staying attached to an energy of the past, or maybe physically staying in a relationship that you were not happy in. Or perhaps feeling like you owed it to a family member or owed it to someone to continue remaining in their life in some way, or continuing to give them energy in some way. But I feel like you've done some grieving, and I'm going to look and see what we have out here. Yeah, we have some grieving here with the Four of Swords and even the Four of Cups, but it's in reverse. Four of Cups is in reverse, meaning there's a turning point. If you have been on the edge of it, or perhaps you've been engulfed in some sort of disappointment, I really feel like March is the month where you take your power back. That's exactly what's happening. You're taking your power back with the Chariot. You're moving forward. For some of you, you may actually be moving. And I do see a new beginning, the start of a new life coming in here for you with that Ace of Pentacles. So if there's been a breakup, you may have a little bit of nostalgia, or maybe someone is missing you. Someone could be heartbroken over you here, Cancer. All right. They may be looking at your pictures, looking at memories that you've had together, trips that you've taken together here. There may be some nostalgia, and they may be reaching out energetically, and you feel their presence, whether you're doing anything about it or not. But I do feel like there's another entanglement here in some way. But I love your outcome or future outcome energy. You have the teddy bear. The teddy bear is about a blooming romance or opening of the heart. It reminds me of childhood nurturing, right? I feel like you're nurturing something deep within yourself. Perhaps some of you, this does have to do with healing some childhood or family wounds, because you do have the 10 of Pentacles crossing your path here with the Fool. So there's a fresh start. There's an opportunity for you to do something differently this time around, for you to respond differently, for you to hold on to some memories that, yeah, they may have broken your heart if someone is no longer with you in this physical realm. I feel like you may have pictures of maybe a parent or pictures of someone who's crossed over, but instead of feeling deep pain to the heart when you look at those pictures or you think about them, there's a sense of heart gratification or love or blossoming that is taking place instead of just the wound of heartbreak. So this is good energy. Something is transmuting here. Something is being alchemized. Now, there could be someone very interested in you. All right, with the Fool card, you may not even know this quite yet, but I feel by Cancer season, you do have some big things coming in here for you. Even Leo season is coming up. I feel like someone is wanting to date, or perhaps you will be putting yourself out there, connecting with some new people. And there could even be like a fair or an event where children may be at, or perhaps both of you do something that brings out your inner child. You're having a little bit of fun. Someone could win you a teddy bear here as well. But let's dive into the tarot. Your first card out is the Fool, Cancer. This is about a new beginning, but it feels like it's been delayed in some way. Why? Because healing needed to take place here with a disappointment or a heartbreak, or, grieving. Maybe someone felt hopeless or in despair about a situation. So this is very understandable. We need to take time to just feel our feelings, and we have to allow ourselves that space to grieve, right? But then realize that emotions are like waves. They come and go. We're not meant to sit in that our whole lives. And I feel like you spent enough time sitting in some sort of disappointment, and now things may be ready for you to move on so they don't become too stagnant. Now, crossing your path here with the 10 of Pentacles is about nurturing what strong, solid, healthy, functional relationships look like. And I feel like you know this, you know it, but for whatever reason, due to trauma, due to abandonment, due to rejection, due to pain, heartbreak. I mean, love can have us doing many different things, right? We can react and respond in ways that we normally wouldn't under maybe more logical situations. For others, I feel like there were maybe words that were said or disappointments here, maybe drama. I also feel like there may have been family secrets of some sort that may have come to the forefront, and you're like, how did I not see this? But don't place blame on yourself, right? We go through these situations to grow and to heal and to experience what this life has to offer. And I feel with the 10 of Pentacles showing up, yes, some of you could be maybe going through a divorce, or you have been divorced. This could also be about balancing out emotional well-being and your material world. For others of you, possessions and status were blocking genuine connections. I'm going to repeat that here. Possessions and status. It feels like that was the cause of some sort of heartbreak. Maybe that was the cause for someone staying in a situation was due to like financial obligations, due to children. due to like I owe it to my parents, or I owe it to my children to stay, or whatever it was. I just feel like there's been a shift with the Fool. Maybe your children have grown. Perhaps there's no more family to take care of, or it just feels like you've gone through maybe a divorce or an unfair situation with a family dynamic. And I do feel like you are focusing on what you want to invest, who you want to invest your time with from here on out. So there is a complete restructuring and a healing around family dynamics and legacy. There could even be a family member who was alienated in some way, like a grandchild wasn't able to see a grandparent, or perhaps there was a divorce between two individuals and there were, a battle, a custody battle. It feels like there's something that had been delayed when it's come to a family structure here. Now, what's below you here? This is the disowned self, or the deep past. It's something to be aware of, because it could be a potential challenge that shows up for you. But you do have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is showing up to remind you to take necessary breaks, to work on self-care, rejuvenation. It is the card of R and R, right? You see that she's sitting there in the pool and she has her floaty and the sun is beaming down on her. Life is good. But when this shows up as something to be aware of, sometimes that Four of Swords can overthink things, overwork, right? Needing to maybe escape the heartbreak by working or doing something other than maybe allowing a little bit of time to sit and grieve over something. We just catapult ourselves into the next relationship, or into our work, or into our health, or whatever it may be, to a point where it becomes maybe an obsession, and that's what's unhealthy. So making sure you're taking the time out to rest and to step back from being entangled in some sort of drama. All right. And that's something to be aware of, to take some breaths before you respond, to not respond out of, pain, not respond out of feeling hurt or feeling attacked, but allow something to fully form and allow yourself to feel balanced mentally before you take action on a situation, to make sure that you can stay afloat here. That's why she's sitting in that floaty, because she is staying afloat. But it feels like by making a move, if you don't feel like you are supported in some way, even by your own self, it feels like things could, kind of sink, and you don't want to do that. So in the recent past, or what you are releasing here, is maybe codependency, or someone's mentality of my way or the highway, like this is the only way things can be done, right? I love the Nine of Pentacles, but in reverse, it can be a very singled out energy. It can be too independent. It can be, this is the only way something can be in the physical realm. When she's in the upright position, she creates a life that she loves, a life that she's proud of, very self-sufficient, very independent. The sky's the limit. But sometimes in reverse, she can get so very much attached to the way that she's always done things, where it doesn't leave a lot of room for improvement. So if this is you, a characteristic of you, or someone you are dealing with, I feel like you are being guided to release that energy, to work on that energy of either codependence or too independent. So wherever you fall into that category, that may be something you're working on. Maybe by looking at attachment styles, this could be, doing some of that childhood healing, or just allowing yourself to rest so you have the energy to show up and create the life that you want for yourself, Cancer. Now, what's crowning you? What's above you here? This is what people admire about you. It is the potential. It is what you are calling in, and you have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, what people love about you is you are a lover. You are a nurturer. You are someone who wants to help out others, whether it's helping them out through their relationship woes, their addictions, their struggles, their challenges, but sometimes it can come at an expense, right? We can take on other people's stuff and we get entangled in it. Again, codependency, and that shows up in so many different forms. You'd be surprised that codependency isn't just, I'm codependent on this person, they're like my drug. If you struggle with that, or if it's something you're curious about, check out the book Codependent No More by Melanie Beattie. It's a really wonderful source that can guide you. But the Eight of Pentacles showing up above you is mastering your own growth. And mastery isn't achieving a top tier and then you're good, right? That oftentimes people think of mastery like, okay, I've mastered this and now I'm good to go. To me, mastery is continuously putting in the effort to grow and to evolve and to become a better version of ourselves each and every day, even in the days that we are resting, even in the days when there's non-action, even in the days when we feel like we are being challenged or we feel like we are failing, right? Mastery is not giving up. Okay, despite circumstances. And that is a strength of yours. You are a fighter. You fight for what you love, but you also don't want to put up with crap, right? You don't want to put up with BS. And the Eight of Pentacles here is dedicating yourself to either a relationship or dedicating yourself to your own growth without getting entangled to the point where you lose yourself. So that's the potential here, is to nurture and grow and to thrive in whatever ways that looks like for you. So whether that's single, whether that is, between you and a family member, but also you needing to do what is best. So if you cannot break away from someone else's challenges, and if you've been taking them on yourself, I feel like you're addressing that or needing to address your own health first, even if that means, physically stepping away from this relationship or this situation so you can get clear on what you need for you. And that's not selfish. Oftentimes we feel like we have to take on other people's, responsibilities, or we feel like we are indebted to them in some way, or we owe it to them. Unless they are your young children, if this is a grown adult, remember, everyone has their own soul's journey, and it is their responsibility to heal themselves. We can guide them, we can coach them, we can lead them, but as I always say, you can lead a horse to water cancer, but you can't make it drink. So try not to take on other people's stuff. You can still be an empath without embracing all of it and losing yourself along the way. Now, what's coming in here in the near future? I love the chariot. This is you. Now, emotion is what runs the chariot. So it's about balance here within your emotions. This is about feeling in control of your emotions, of your mind. And when both of those are aligned, you can move forward here. This can also be about goals that you're setting out for yourself. Some of you are traveling in the near future. There could even be someone at a distance that you are meeting with or connecting to. Some of you may even have dogs. There's a dog here that has the cute little wheels for legs. So for some of you, you may even have a little handicapped dog here, maybe a black dog or a white or cream or beige. I feel like you are ready to enjoy life again. It feels like you've been working on a lot of your own personal things. And remember, the Eight of Pentacles isn't just about self-development. It is also working on our happiness, our joy, our pleasure. So continuing to master life means we're showing up regardless. And I mean, we all do that every single day. Sometimes just showing up is getting out of bed. So I feel like you are moving forward with more ease, with more peace. And also the chariot is about direction. I feel like you have some new direction here moving forward. You have some emotional drive. And this also is a card of victory. So there's victory coming in here for you towards a relationship, or victory towards healing some sort of heartbreak, or even being proud of yourself for making some difficult choices that have been, again, challenging, but you did it for you. And that's not selfish, right? It's not self-sabotage to make choices that are good for you, even though sometimes we feel like we have to stay attached to something. I feel like you're telling yourself, I will not self-abandon. And that's why you may have made some choices that you've made here. Now, in your energy, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You are ready for a new life here. Ace of Pentacles is a fresh start. It's a positive reward. It's a gift. It's a gift in the physical, material world. So for some of you, this is the gift of relationship. It is the gift of physical health and well-being. It is a very successful opening here after a time of feeling a bit lost, feeling like you weren't quite sure how to embark upon this new journey, who you should take with you, or if you would ever survive without someone in your life. And you're saying, I am ready. I took a lot of time to figure things out, but I am ready here. Now, the Four of Cups is showing up in your environment. It is in reverse, which if I'm going to see the Four of Cups, I'd like to see it in reverse because it means that there is a turning point. You are reaching out here. You are connecting. You're moving forward because you can see that the Four of Cups in the upright position, she is sitting amongst a crowd of individuals, and there's 3 people and herself that are having fun. They're at an event. They're sharing beverages. There's a celebration, and she's being offered a cup of champagne there, but she doesn't even see it because her head is in the clouds in a way. She's focused on something of the past. She's focused on disappointment where everybody else around her is laughing and having a good time. It almost feels like being benched at a high school dance, right? You're kind of sitting on the bench, or you're standing over on the sidelines and you're watching everybody else out there dancing, and you're saying, well, when can I have fun? When can I enjoy my life? But what you're doing is you're taking your power back and you're saying, well, wait a second. I don't need someone to come ask me to dance. I don't need, to have a partner. I'm going to go out on that dance floor and I'm going to boogie. I'm going to have fun because I choose this path. And this is the turning point. So whatever is clicking in the head this month and in the heart, I feel like it's a huge turning point and you are taking back your power. Because in your hopes and fears, you have the Strength card here. The Strength card is about overcoming difficulty, facing those fears, and having a sense of self-control where you're able to dig into the inner strength and do what needs to be done, face what needs to be faced, and not doubt your purpose, not doubt your direction, not fight it, not avoid it, right? And not allow yourself to become so entangled into something it becomes a weakness. And I feel like you have the ability here to evolve. Look at that. You have the lion family here. You have the baby and you see the mother and basically the whole pride. And I feel like you have resources. There's help here. Some of you could even live in Africa, or there is African roots here with the giraffe and with the sunset in the background. But I also see the infinity symbol, which is on the Strength card always, because it means that you have the ability to tap into infinite possibilities here, because strength is an ever pouring reservoir. You can tap into your strength at any given time that you need it, because it's source energy, it's compassion, it's the heart, it's love. But sometimes we fall backwards into the strength, right? And there's fear, and there is fight or flight due to trauma, due to heartbreak, due to pain. But you have the ability to reach in there and give your shadow a hug and say, thank you, shadow, for trying to protect me when I wasn't feeling myself. But you don't have to live out of the shadow. You can embrace it, right? You can understand why you had done something in a certain way, but you don't have to live in that fear or in that shadow. And your outcome here for the month of March, you have the Page of Wands. This is exciting energy because some of you are getting focused here. You're getting focused, you're prioritizing, and I feel like I don't want to say you're not living in a fairy tale, but it feels like you are not pretending. You're not pretending. You're not wearing a mask here, but it feels like you are allowing yourself to open up to what could be. So for those of you that may have been in a situation where you were kind of pretending that maybe things would be okay, or maybe someone was responding in a way because of A, B, or C, it just feels like you're slaying some dragons. You see that this little girl has the dragon and the unicorn and the castle in the back. And because the Page of Wands is showing up a little bit sideways here, I feel like you are getting focused. And even though there may have been an impulsive energy, or perhaps you had felt the pull to take action, you're saying, wait a second, I don't want to respond in a way that's going to kind of veer me off track. I want to open myself up to what could be, to healing and embracing the inner child, so I don't keep repeating a pattern here. So be proud of yourself. This is exciting. And we also have the teddy bear, and I mentioned that in the beginning with your key theme. So it feels like you're nurturing your dreams. You are taking a look at any unprocessed, maybe childhood wounds, any trauma, maybe abandonment, or if you had this image, this picture in your mind about maybe love and family, I feel like you're taking a look at family structures in a way that is real. Okay, a way that is real, instead of feeling like we can't talk about our emotions. We have to throw everything under the rug, or we have to stay in this marriage and pretend everything's okay when it's not, right? Whatever it is that was pictured in your mind, maybe from very early on, I just feel like you're addressing it here. And by doing so, you are embracing that Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. All right, Cancer, let's take a look here at the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have, please, for Cancer in the month of March? No place like home. Wow. Card 50. Some of you could even be going back home in some way, or again, it could be showing up in a place where you feel at home within yourself. It's authenticity, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you fit in, being comfortable in your own skin. And the message for you, Cancer, is this: lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in a relationship. Together, you add the love to the world. I feel for a lot of you, that's what you are embarking upon, but you may still be going through the protective energy here. So I am going to read the protection message. It says here, there are times when the familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. I really feel like the protection version here is what's going on right now. It makes perfect sense with that Fool. And you don't want to be impulsive, but at the same time, you have to take a risk here, as it says. You have to trust, and that's the Fool card. Trust that there's something unfamiliar. Trust that there's a new family dynamic that you can certainly embrace with this. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So remember, the Chariot energy, emotional drive. So this is about you choosing a path that feels uncomfortable, right? But that's the path that's going to leave you forward here, instead of maybe doing something that's rooted or based in some old old family or childhood dysfunction. And I feel like you will find your new norm. That original message that I just read, I feel like that's where you're going, okay, if you're not there yet. All right, let's get a message from your crystal spirits at this time, Cancer. And if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it as long as you can. And release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, Cancer, your crystal could hold a specific shape, size, or color. It could be in the shape of a heart, maybe beautiful pinks, blues, or greens. You may even know the name of the crystal or gemstone. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your crystals in the comment section below and I'll enter you into that free reading giveaway. All right, let's see here. And you can drop the name of the crystal, the color, the shape, the size, whatever it was that you were seeing in your mind's eye. So we have 4 crystals today. We have Sunstone, card 55. I feel like this is reminding you that there are brighter days ahead. There are happier times ahead, that this feeling or this wave of heartbreak or maybe disappointment or loneliness, it doesn't have to last forever. You do have a new beginning coming in. Some of you may be 55 years old. You may have seen a beautiful bright orange or even yellowish stone. All right, we have sunstone here. Next we have sodalite. Sodalite is this beautiful rich blue and is all about the throat chakra. So there may be creative communication coming in or self-expression. This could be having a conversation or perhaps not contributing to repeating out the same story as we've been talking about here. You may be 52 years old, but I feel like this is about you getting creative on your approach of love and family. Next, we have pyrite. This is Fool's Gold, card 45. So it reminds me of one of Collette Baron-Reid's cards in the Wisdom of the Oracle called, I think it is Fool's Gold. Not all that glitters, actually, is what the name of the card is. So it says that not all that glitters is gold, because sometimes we head towards things that on the front end of it, it looks great, but underneath it's disguised. It's, wearing a mask. So there could be superficiality that you are leaving behind. Perhaps you were in a situation where it wasn't what you thought it would be. This is Pyrite Energy 45. It's also a 9, and that is about completion. You've completed or learned a very valuable lesson around Fool's Gold. Not to chase after, shiny things, but to maybe see something over here in a new way. I'm also getting a message of someone going towards a relationship that's not their typical type. It feels like someone needs to go beyond the cover of the book. Like, don't judge a book by the cover is the message I'm getting here when it comes to a new relationship. Turn the page, keep reading the chapters here because it gets really good. And then lastly, Dalmatian Stone. Beautiful. It's card 19. 19 is the sun card in tarot. So happiness, vitality, playfulness, success. And that's what that Page of Wands reminds us. Have fun. Life isn't meant to be taken so darn seriously. And yes, sometimes there are serious things that happen in life, but we don't have to sit in that seriousness or pain forever. Dalmatian stone reminds you of that. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from your soul's truth. What do we have here for Cancer? Are you focused on what you want most? I said that a few times here at the end, like you're getting focused, you are prioritizing. Sometimes we focus on what we don't want, or we feel very scattered in our energies at times, or we just don't even know. Like, Mel, I don't even know what I want. Cancer, this is a month for you to really get focused. One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Okay, so me, again, remember what I said about mastery. It's about consistency. So when it comes to your focus, are you staying consistent with it? That's a quote by Tony Robbins, by the way, everything I just read. So I feel like some of you, maybe you're studying up or working with Tony Robbins or reading a book or listening to some of his speeches or talks. But it says here, today's soul action, what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? It's time to prioritize. What do you want? Because that's where you are heading towards. And if you don't know, or if you are focusing on the same old, I mean, that's where you are going to move. But you have the opportunity here to reclaim your power, take your power back, not put it in anyone else's hands, not to let anybody else make the choices or decisions for you. But I feel like you are getting focused. You are getting clear. This is the type of relationship I want. This is how I want to move forward here. This is what I'm going to do to open up to love. This is how I'm going to approach, this relationship between me and my family member from here on out. But I feel like you're moving past the facade, right? That's that fool's gold. That's the mask. It feels like you're seeing through to the other side of a situation. So you're addressing something that may even feel uncomfortable, but I feel like that is what is going to get you to the true gem, the true pearl, the true gold within. So keep on going here, Cancer. There's a beautiful energy I feel like you're heading towards. And card 50 here, we have a lot of fives. So some of you may certainly be in your 50s, 55, 52, 50. So take that as it resonates, of course, but thank you so much for tuning in today. If you like the message, please hit the thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Lots of love.